my big takeaway from the Wall Street Journal piece was that, how can anyone claim that literature is harming children when that piece was published, we were in the midst of this devastating economic disaster, and people were losing their homes right and left. And I knew kids who had gone through the process of their family losing their homes and their parents losing their jobs or taking pay cuts and wondering whether or not there was enough food on the table. And then to top that off, a lot of those same families had children who were serving in the military, fighting over in the Middle East. And I thought, and I was thinking, what could possibly be darker than the United States of America in the summer of 2010? What could possibly be darker than that? The book that I have coming out in March with Penguin, called The Alex Crow, it's basically about a refugee, and I've been teaching a class for non-English speaking students, and in the last few years I've gotten a number of students from Syria. And so the main character in The Alex Crow is really based on a boy that I met. He came to America when he was 15, and he was in my class probably just about 3 days after getting out of Syria during one of the worst parts of the civil war there. And he happened to show up in my class on a day when I was reading aloud to the students, and I was reading aloud from Kurt Vonnegut's Breakfast of Champions, this passage about how ridiculous the lyrics to our national anthem are. And I'm looking at this kid fresh from Syria. This was his first day, his first moment ever in an American school. And while I'm reading Kurt Vonnegut, and I look at him and I can tell he's just kind of in awe and shocked. And I looked at him and I said, "Hey, welcome to America, kid." If human beings are going to be eradicated, it's going to be something the genesis of which comes from our own doing, it's not going to be a big comet out of the sky, and it's not going to be a cataclysmic, super volcano. It's going to be something that we do to ourselves. And when that does happen, whether it's 10 years from now or 100 years from now, when it does happen, there'll be a lot of people going, I should have seen this coming. Maybe they're looking for some kind of an emotional distance where they can say, well, if I can get through this and not be affected by it, then maybe when I close this book, I can turn on the news and not be as deeply affected by the kinds of things that I'm seeing and hearing every day.